Goodness. Where you go.
Have you pressed record?
Yeah, it's on. It's recording now.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Izzy Sylvester, village agent for West Somerset, and we're here. I'm here today just to tell you a little bit about myself, why I enjoy the role, and I love of Somerset. And with me,
I'm Mark Shields. I'm the locality manager for the West Somerset team. And so today we're just going to have a meet the team of West Somerset, a bit of background about ourselves, and like Izzy said, what we love about the role and what we love about the Community Council for Somerset and supporting our communities. So Iz, do you want to go first? Bit of background?
Yeah, well, I've been around in the role for almost 7 years now, and I think that's saying something about the role and why I love the ethos also of our charity. I'm still really passionate about the work that I do. I've got the flexibility to engage in quite a lot of community development work, as well as the one-to-one support work with a wide range of people in West Somerset, which is, I mean, it's really rewarding. It's that everyday, great feeling. I've actually made a difference. My background was in healthy lifestyles. I worked for Somerset County Council, Age UK, and a number of other organisations. And I also did a lot of volunteering when I worked part-time with my children. And that's really how I came to apply for the role. In fact, you know what? One day somebody came in to watch it, Town Council, talking about the charity, being a village agent. And I said, that's my job. That's your job. And within about 6 months, a post came up and I applied for it and got it. So I'm absolutely passionate about the job still.
Izzy's an old school agent, and she's part of the furniture now. Yes. So she is one of the longest, if not the longest serving agent, actually. Well, along with Steve Ballinger over in Bridgewater there. So my background is being a micro provider, actually, which linked quite nicely into being a village agent. So I was supporting people in my community for a couple of years prior to that, and like Izzy, done some volunteering work as well up in some of the care homes locally, just doing activities and stuff, because I wasn't sure which path I wanted to take. I actually went for a job as a village agent and wasn't successful because I didn't have enough experience, and they asked me to go and cut my teeth being a micro provider, which I then done. Absolutely loved it, found that really rewarding. And then I was asked by Christy, our old line manager, who's now senior manager, to apply for the role as village agent, and I've done a couple of roles within the service now: village agent, children and families community agent, and now locality manager. So yes, we really like to promote within, and it's just a really, really rewarding role, as Izzy says, and some real wins out there, and it's really nice when we get them in there. It's heartwarming, isn't it? You know what I mean? So
and we're really well supported in West Somerset by the local churches and charities.
And Living Better, we're funded by Living Better as well, which is also the social prescribing link worker side of it, and the health side of it with health coaches, care coordinators, pharmacy techs. They have a GP on board as well, clinical director. Lots of different stuff going on, isn't there? So we're really well linked in over West Somerset. We're waffling on quite a lot. Shall I get the rest of the team in?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Great.
But one by one, we drag them in. So go and get the first one then. Is. Here she comes.
Here I come.
This is the lovely Ellie.
Hello.
Ellie's just amazing. She's been with us. How long have you been with us now? 3.5 years. I didn't say how long I've been here, actually. I've been here 4 years. So Ellie's 3.5 years. And I will hand over to her to let her say a bit about her role and what area she covers as well.
Hello, so my name is Ellie Bishop. I am village agent for Dunster and Porlock Surgery, so I cover any referrals that come out of there. As Mark said, I've been with CCS for 3.5 years now. Before doing this role, I did a lot of admin-based roles within health and social care.
Yep.
So it was kind of a completely new thing. And I have met some amazing people along the way. Some real characters, and helped a lot of people, which has been absolutely amazing. No 2 days are the same, which is why the job is brilliant. And it just gives you a good feel good when you go home. Don't get me wrong, there are some sad things that you come across,
Very sad,
and
yeah.
some really tough kind of situations. But I'm just very grateful to be doing the role that I'm doing.
Yeah, it's a tough old world out there, isn't it? Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's not easy. You know, we're making it sound like it's all flowery and stuff, but it is hard. We do go into difficult situations, but it's turning them situations around which make it so rewarding. But you know, you saw a different side of it, didn't you? In the places you worked and stuff like that. And then, you know, Ellie transferred them skills into the community. But yeah.
Yes, thank you very much.
That's all right. We'll get the next one in. Thanks, Els.
Hello.
Next up, we've got the lovely Jess Coles. And Jess is our children and families community agent, which is, we've been piloting that role for a couple of years now, and are looking to secure more funding because it's a much needed role, which we've proved in West Somerset. So fingers crossed we will be successful. Passionate about that role because I started that role myself, and then Ellie took over, and then Jess come on board, and that was just because of movements within the organisation. But yes, I will hand over to Jess now and let her tell her a bit about herself and what she enjoys about it.
Thanks, Mark. Yes, so my name's Jess Coles. I'm the Children and Families Agent in West Somerset. I started in November and just absolutely love the role. It's been an experience, but it's been a great, you know, definitely one of the best roles I've been in. Really rewarding, but like Ellie said, challenging at the same time. But yeah, previously I've been a care coordinator, and I am currently a micro provider as well, like Mark was.
Yeah.
Again, say amazing role, very rewarding. But yeah. Okay.
And it just it goes hand in hand, doesn't
definitely.
it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you've seen that side of micro providing, and it's just it's a natural progression
together.
Almost. You know what I mean? Because we link in closely with micro providers. But yeah, again, very valuable role. It's just difficult sometimes, the third sector that we're in, getting them roles secured. But we've proved the value of it. So fingers crossed we'll be successful in getting that. So this is the lovely Jess.
Thank you.
And next up, we have Mel Hammond, who is our community agent. So she takes referrals direct from adult social care, because that's another funding stream as well. Mel is very experienced she hasn't been with CCS for a long time, but in terms of her background, she's a very experienced person to have on the team, and is already proven to be an asset. So I will hand over to Mel to tell you a bit about her background and what she enjoys about the role.
So my name is Mel Hammond. Like Mark says, I'm community agent covering the whole of West Somerset. I've been with the service since January this year. Prior to that, I was head of health and safety and compliance and the deputy safeguarding lead for a residential provision here in Somerset, actually in Minehead. Since I've joined the role, it's incredibly varied. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. No, that's fine. Just give it a break. And then Hannah can edit it.
Okay.
Go on.
Yeah, so no. I'm nicking his line. I'm so sorry.
That's right. Go for it.
I can't think of anything to say now.
Well, that's all right. So what were you saying?
I was the head of health and safety. I've only been here since January. What I like about the role is that it's very, very varied. There's no 2 days are the same. You do really get into people's lives and you're able to help them and support them.
That can be hard sometimes, though, can it? It's building that relationship. So the beauty, we have that time, don't we? Do you know what I mean? To be able to build that relationship, whereas necessarily other agencies don't. Do you know?
That's right.
And then we pick up that ball, don't we? Become that central cog. But you found it especially difficult, didn't you? Because being in the bigger system of what it is and how it operates and stuff, it's such a big beast.
It is,
it can be really challenging at times, can't it?
And learning about new procedures and things. It's taken a while, but working with people directly is something that I really enjoy. And seeing that we can make a difference to people's lives, it's very fulfilling.
And you've had a couple of success stories actually. One of a client most recently that we spoke about, and it was just that little bit of support that person needed, and that ongoing couple of hours a week or whatever, from a micro provider just made a mass difference. You going in there and making that change. Do you know what I mean?
It's surprising how much of a difference you can make, and I think sometimes you don't realise how much of a difference you do make until somebody expresses that to you, and it's
and you can think as well, I haven't done much.
No,
it's my job. I haven't done much, but to them, it's made a huge difference and turned their life around, isn't it? So it's in that respect, it's really rewarding. Well, thanks, Mel.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on today, and we'll get the next agent up. Just through the door. It's like Matthew today. I'm going to be, and this is Wayne. So this is Wayne Stokes.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Wayne Stokes, village agent, and I cover minor surgery. So that's where I get the majority of my referrals coming in. And I've been working now for 2 years in August, it will be. And what I like about the job most is no 2 days are the same. Every day is a school day where you're learning. And previous jobs I've been before, after about 2 years, I start thinking I might want to move on because it's getting a bit samey. But with this job, guaranteed that's not the case. And that's what I like about it. Constantly keeps you on your toes, the people you meet in the community and the stuff you do. And just really enjoy it.
And sorry, I was going to take you back there about what you said about no 2 days are the same, because we get to a Friday, don't we? And it's just like, crikey, it's the weekend already.
I've never had a job where time goes so quick. Like you say,
and of course the weekends go fast. Don't get me wrong. They're over in a flash, but we're so busy out there at times that it's just like boom, boom, boom. But we're so supportive, not just as an organisation, but as localities as well. That that support network is always there. So although we're quite as lone rangers, aren't we, going out there booking our own visits and managing our own diaries and linking in with them other agencies and meeting our clients and attending talking cafes, carers groups and the like, we're quite maverick in that respect, but that support is always there, isn't it?
The team, being part of a team, and that's really good. And, we're a close team, always checking on each other referrals wise. If someone's got too many, then we see if we can help lighten the load, and that's part of being a team.
And we have the WhatsApp group as well, don't we? So we just check in with each other and stuff like that. So it's very robust, the support we offer each other and stuff, and our communities. And that's what it's about. I use that word robust because it's about building robust communities and resilient communities. And we do that through our work, and it is, like Wayne says, very, very rewarding. Although at times very busy, but no 2 days are the same. So that's Wayne, and we're going to bring our last guest on. Last but not least is Steve, and Steve started the same time as Mel, and he supports Izzy down at West Somerset Healthcare there. But Steve's very experienced as well. His background in what he's done and his knowledge of the system as a whole and the community has been a great resource for us as a team. So it's been a pleasure to have him on board. But I will hand over to Steve now just to tell you a bit about himself, the area he covers, what he likes about the role, and what he previously did. Steve.
Thank you. So yeah, as Mark mentioned, I'm covering West Somerset healthcare, so predominantly doing a lot of work with clients in Watchet and Willerton, but also the surrounding villages as well. Working closely with Izzy, so we're a bit of a double act and growing the double act. I hope. My previous background, I spent many years in social housing, so working in deprived areas in Nottingham and Leicester at a time when housing needed a lot of support. I then moved into tenant involvement and engagement and community engagement. So got a lot of passion for getting people involved and helping people to move forwards and solve their own problems with support. And then when I moved to the Southwest, I took a break from that a little bit and was working in health and fitness, but also as a national educator and assessor in health and fitness. So again, you know, a lot of it is trying to help people to move forwards in every direction. What I like about this job is the fact that you've got to keep learning, and I quite enjoy that. So I'm a little bit nerdy, so I do enjoy looking things up. I do enjoy researching.
It's very nerdy.
Yeah, very nerdy. And so I see that as either it's quite useful to everybody else.
It's a strength because Steve does all the hard work and we just glean the information off him.
So yeah, I quite enjoy doing all that. I'll sit and research, and sometimes I'll just think, I need to look that up. And then sadly, I do remember a lot of it does retain. So yeah, for me this is perfect. I don't do the thing that I hate about some jobs is where you do the same thing over and over. To me, that just destroys me. So this is great. Just kind of, you know, get different problems chucked at me is right up my street. And then working with people and seeing, you know, what you can achieve with people is fantastic. You don't, you know, for some people, it's not even about doing anything. It's just listening and just spending a bit of time with them and just taking the time just to listen. And for some people, that's the solution. That is it. Because we know so many people say that they go and visit, but they don't actually talk to somebody and just be heard. And then often you can solve the problem because you've actually taken the time. So for me, that's, you know, one of the things. It's lovely to be able to do that.
And that's it. I think, you know, you've hit the nail on the head there a few times because, you know, we've been through a torrid time the past 3 years. You know, we've had the pandemic to deal with. We've had, you know, the war in Ukraine, and we've been supporting the refugees in that project as well. Then we've had the cost of living crisis, haven't we? And it's just one thing after another. And we see it out there. People have just had enough. They're just, you know, it's been really challenging. People's mental health has suffered, physical health has suffered, even socially, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's
people have stopped going out. And so for some people, just actually making little steps to encourage them to go somewhere, and it might even be just to the shop on their own, is huge for them. And we just don't underestimate where some people are at. It's quite frightening.
Like you say, people do, you know, just you know, we've all had clients where it's just like, you're the first person to listen to me, you know, and it's, you know, because they've been stuck on the phone for an hour, can't get through, you know, getting pushed from pillar to post or whatever, you know, can't get through to the right department and stuff. And it's just about being kind and listening and just taking that time. And we are busy, but that's one thing we do, to relate to us what their problems are, and we do all we can to support them with that. So thanks, Steve. Thanks for that. I'll tell you what, can you grab everyone and then we'll get everyone behind here just so we sit. So thanks for listening today and meeting the team. Hopefully that give you an insight in a bit about what we do. You know, for us, it is keeping people as independent as long as possible in their own home and in their community. So let me just grab the rest of the team. We're all come behind here. Where's the rest of the team? Just so we can say goodbye. If I can get this laptop up here, so we can say goodbye. If I can get my big head in it, as long as everyone else. Right. Lots of love from West Somerset. Thank you. Bye.